Good day, dear friends. Today our most beloved section awaits, where we will enjoy vivid knockouts to suit every taste. Sabina Mazo versus Jamie Thornton. The Colombian queen Sabina Mazo delivered one of the most brutal knockouts in 2017 by fiercely high-kicking Jamie Thornton.
Ground game.
She left the angle wide open on that. Oh, she went stiff. Her husband is sprinting into the cage.
Well, we predicted the ladies would give us the first finish of the night, and that is a highlight reel knockout if ever I've seen one. A single kick KO.
Savannah Marshall quickly dealt with Maria Lindberg during her first defense of her WBO middleweight title, knocking out the Swedish veteran boxer in the third round.
Late minute replacement, and as I said, I was so happy for her at the start.
Oh, there we go. I was just as you were talking there, Paul, I was thinking, you know, Maria Lindberg is not enjoying this, and that.
But when she misses, she comes back with a left uppercut right up the middle and knocked the head back of Lindberg. Good shot.
It's another jolting shot that Lindberg, that was a look as if saying.
Kaylin Medeiros versus Stephanie Eggink. Medeiros and Eggink met in the early stages of their professional careers in the little-known promotion Extreme Beatdown. Stephanie was the favorite in that fight, boasting a decent amateur boxing record. However, her Brazilian opponent cared little about pre-fight predictions. Barely hearing the bell and acknowledging Eggink, Kaylin delivered a low kick, then followed it with a deadly overhand. The finishing blows in the style of Dan Henderson were unnecessary, but the referee failed to intervene in time. Stephanie was taken to the hospital with suspicions of a severe concussion, but the scans showed that the doctor's concerns were excessive. Entering her defense of the WBC Junior Bantamweight title, Mexican Munoz was the favorite, having suffered only one loss in 50 fights. Munoz floored Vanessa Taborda in the first round with a left hook. Kristen Stanley versus Katie Anita Ranian. Kristen Stanley needed only 5 seconds to earn a knockout with one of the most incredible high kicks in MMA history. The bout against Katie Anita Ranian took place at the Explode Fight Series tournament in the summer of 2014. And its outcome allowed the winner to receive a contract from one of the most renowned women's promotions, Invicta FC. Gianna Vargas versus Gracia Mateo. On September 25, 2021, Gianna Vargas delivered one of the most brutal knockouts in the entire history of women's boxing.
Knockout. Knockout. Por la vía del knockout. Fulminante.
Alida Gray versus Sonia Chem. During her bout against Sonia Chem, which took place at the 24/7 Entertainment 12-foot tournament and marked Alida Gray's third in her professional career, the young woman decided not to waste any time. She closed the distance with her opponent and, disregarding the push kick, unleashed a powerful overhand. Just 5 seconds and it was all over. One of the most devastating and fastest knockouts in the history of MMA overall. Sofia Ojigava versus Angela Cannizaro.
Sofia Ojigava.
In the fourth round, the Russian knocked out her opponent with a jaw strike, winning the IBA title.
Хорошо.
И снова посмотрите.
Пошла вперед, посмелее. Ну, нарывается
Наткнулась на удар.
О,
Это нокаут.
Да, можно не открывать счет.
Нарвалась на удар, на сильнейший встречный.
Вот она, смелость, которая города берет, да?
Сюда.
Молодец, Соня все четко сделала.
Ведь давайте скажем телезрителям, что мы не надеялись на такой исход.
Откровенно нет.
Moderna was preparing for her fourth title defense, but Serrano dominated the fight from the first round, her speed and power proving too much for the Argentine. Serrano landed a perfect right hook in the sixth round, reclaiming her title.
Que tanto le gusta y no mucho le produce la campeona del mundo de Argentina, María Moderna. No. Bomba de Serrano y la colgó a Moderna. La cuenta va por 2. Les digo, amigos, Madura está muy mal, ¿no?
The Argentine unexpectedly took the upper hand, knocking Munoz down herself in the third round.
Ahora, a ver, la que va a la lona es la Loba Muñoz y ahí le están...
Her dominance continued into the fourth round until Munoz swung her bazooka-like right to instantly end the fight with one of the cleanest knockouts you've probably ever seen.
Esa Taborda la tiene en la esquinita caliente. La mano derecha y a la lona se va Vanessa Taborda. Y cuidado, porque puede ser todo. A ver si supera esto la peleadora argentina y no, por la vía del knockout, la victoria para la Loba.
Any list of women's boxing knockouts would be remiss without Ann Wolfe's devastating knockout of Vonda Ward in 2004. In a bout for the vacant IBA and IBA Super Middleweight titles, Wolfe was significantly smaller, but unquestionably proved to deliver the much stronger blow. In the first round, Ward lunged forward to initiate her own attack, but was met with a looping right from Wolfe that knocked her out cold.
It is difficult to ascertain how Vonda has done in her career. I know she's 18-0, 15 knockouts, but how many people were scared of her and did not really fight her?
Oh, big right hand! One punch! That is it! Forget about the count. It is over. Tim Bird. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's hope that Vonda is okay. A jubilant Ann Wolfe, that is...
On the night of November 14th, 2021, in Sheffield, United Kingdom, the ring saw a clash between the WBC and IBO world champion in the second super featherweight division, British Terry Harper, and American Alicia Baumgardner. In the fourth round, Harper experienced a rare knockout. She took a hit and remained on her feet, but stopped defending herself and became disoriented.
This contest, but she walks onto her right hand and she stands virtually stock still in the center of the dramatic finish to this contest. And Alicia Baumgardner of the United States.
Alicia, the Baumgardner.
Jin Fry versus Darla Harris. Jin Fry was only in her second professional fight when she entered the cage at the local promotion Sugar Creek Showdown. Her bout with Darla Harris, or rather its outcome, significantly influenced her future career. She executed one of the hardest knockouts in atomweight women's history, earning her a pass into the renowned Invicta FC. Unbeaten, Sanisa Estrada scored the fastest knockout in women's boxing history. defeating 42-year-old Adkins in just 7 seconds with a brilliant combination of 5 punches, rendering the previously unbeaten American unconscious. It was an absolute rout.
It was Lamb versus Lion. It is over. One of the quickest knockouts in women's boxing history. You witnessed it live here on DAZN.
Let the doctors hear.
We'll kneel down over there. Miranda, go.
I'm glad that Sinise Estrada didn't celebrate because there was no reason for her to celebrate, even though it was a sensational knockout. But it was a knockout versus an overmatched opponent. So she did the classy thing by not celebrating that knockout.
All right.
The bout between Natasha Ragozina and Pamela London for the WIBF World Championship in the heavyweight division was an intriguing match, in which the Russian Ragozina secured victory. She leveraged her significant height and reach advantage to stay on the outside and counter the aggressive strikes from London. And this proved decisive in the 8th round. Maria Saul-Baumstar versus Laura Valdebenito. On February 11th, 2023, Maria Saul-Baumstar executed a beautiful knockout in the 2nd round against Laura Valdebenito.
En la apertura Germán ante Andrea Sánchez, vuelve a meter la derecha. Baumstar, un gancho tremendo y a la lona Valdebenito. Y se terminó. La noqueadora de Bransen lo hizo de nuevo.
Al minuto 11 segundos del round número 2, ganadora por nocaut técnico.
Shayna Baszler versus Cyborg. Chris Cyborg embarked on conquering America by signing with the Elite XC promotion. Her debut in the American promotion took place on July 26, 2008. Shayna Baszler felt the power of the Brazilian athlete and succumbed to her knockout in the 2nd round of the match.
How many more are going to be healthy? Fight back, Shayna, fight back! Baszler now takes a leg kick. She's closing her eyes and just throwing punches. Ooh, whoa, what a step!
That one hurt her.
Right hand, and Baszler goes down.
It was the 3rd meeting between Canadian rivals Alina Mrnjavec and Olivia Garula. Mrnjavec won the first encounter by knockout, while Garula evened the score with a unanimous decision victory 5 years later in 2005. It took another 6 years to arrange a rematch and give both fighters a chance to settle the score. Mrnjavec ended the rivalry with a devastating left hook in the 9th round, capturing the WIBA Super Featherweight title.
So we only have 2 rounds remaining in this championship bout. So these next 2. Oh! A huge shot that knocks down Olivia Garula. She's out, folks. That is it. It is game over here at the Shaw Conference Center. Jelena Mrnjavec has knocked out Olivia Garula, who is motionless on the canvas, taking a huge shot.
Holly Holm became a true master of combat sports, transitioning from multiple-time boxing world champion to UFC champion. In 2011, Holm had a 7-year undefeated streak before facing Anne-Sophie Mathis for the vacant IBA and WBAN titles. French-born Mathis, however, had a 25-fight win streak and upset Holm in front of her hometown crowd in Albuquerque. In the 7th round, Mathis's power began to tell, and she landed 2 left hooks that sent Holm stumbling across the ring. Mathis followed her every step of the way, and 2 more hooks ended the fight. Elizabeth Cruz versus Sagudi Magia. On September 20th, 2019, Elizabeth Cruz knocked out Sagudi Magia with a right hook in the second round.
Cambia la guardia zurda, la polvorita. Ahí escuche usted, vamos a poner el micrófono para que escuche usted cómo están las porras a todo lo que dan. ¡Vaya ganchazo de mano derecha que se lleva Sayuri Mejía! Ya le habían avisado y vaya qué manera de conectarla a esta chiquita. La polvorita, por algo le dicen la polvorita, mi estimado compi.
Maria Sol Baumstar versus Romina Souza. On March 4th, 2022, Maria Sol Baumstar delivered a brutal knockout, sending Romina Souza into the canvas in the 7th round.
Atención que en el boxeo femenino son 2 caídas o 2 cuentas. Se explotó. Y ahí va la de Bransen. Falló esa derecha. Buen gancho. Atención, está mal. Se cayó y se terminó. ¡Se acabó! Maria Sol Baumstar es la nueva campeona sudamericana mini mosca.
Bien, amigos de boxeo de primera. Falló.
Defending champion Arely Masinho was undoubtedly the favorite in her IBF Flyweight title defense against California native Knight and won in the first round. In the rematch, Knight utilized her height and reach advantage, sending the champion to the canvas with a knockdown that she believed was ruled a slip. Undeterred, moments later, Knight struck Masinho with a right hook to the body, followed by a left hook to the face, securing an incredible victory and capturing the IBF title.
Cayó, fue un resbalón. Parecía que coincidía con un golpe de derecha. Cuidado, cuidado. ¡Uy, la izquierda sólida! Terrible. Cae desmadejada Arely. Arely se acabó, se acabó, se acabó, se acabó. Justo cuando decíamos, esta puede ser una contienda que ponga en riesgo el título y van corriendo. Usted la ve con la mirada perdida. Arely Masinho con una izquierda terrible, poderosa, portentosa. Fue un rayo, fue un verdadero estruendo el que entró sobre el
Any list of women's boxing knockouts would be remiss without Ann Wolf's devastating knockout of Vonda Ward in 2004. In a bout for the vacant IBA and IBA Super Middleweight titles, Wolf was significantly smaller, but unquestionably proved to deliver the much stronger blow. In the first round, Ward lunged forward to initiate her own attack, but was met with a looping right from Wolf that knocked her out cold.
It is difficult to ascertain how Vonda has done in her career. I know she's 18-0, 15 knockouts, but how many people were scared of her and did not really fight her?
Oh, big right hand! 1 punch! That is it! Forget about the count. It is over. Tim Berg. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's hope that Vonda is okay. A jubilant Ann Wolf, that is
Jocelyn Arroyo versus Ladies Martinez. On March 15th, 2014, the undefeated Jocelyn Arroyo Ruiz continued her streak by knocking out Ladies Martinez. It took the NABF Flyweight champion only 24 seconds in the second round to finish the fight.
Defenderse y tomar ella el control. Y aquí otra vez un buen impacto de mano de la izquierda. La pone en malas situaciones. Parece que se acaba la pelea. Se acaba la pelea. El combate es detenido en este momento. Y Jocelyn Arroyo sigue siendo invicta. En Palenque, Chiapas. Vaya mandarriazo de mano izquierda. La puso en mala situación el referee. No le quedó otra, Julio, más que detener el combate.
Sí, así es, Paco. Creo que la pelea estuvo muy bien detenida.
Marianela Ramirez versus Gisela Avalos. On July 21st, 2023, Marianela Soledad Ramirez knocked out her opponent with a liver shot. Gisela Avalos simply couldn't continue the fight after that.
Va la China continúa la lucha. Continúa la China abajo, la dobla por completo. La cuenta.
5, 6, 7. Prenden el cambio de golpes. Que tiene que sumar un punto de descuento a la caída. Aparte, Gisela Ábalos. Va con todo otra vez abajo la China. La termina. La termina Julio Gómez. Knockout técnico. Está doblada Gisela Ábalos.
It was only Katie Taylor's third professional bout, but it vividly demonstrated her smooth transition from her amateur career. Taylor overwhelmed Gentili from the outset, using her relentless aggressive pressure, deflecting combinations that Gentili could only try to survive rather than mount any offense of her own. She showcased her resilience, lasting until the 5th round. But a furious flurry of punches culminating in a clean left-right combination sent Gentili face-first to the canvas and prompted the referee to stop the slaughter.
Tough third opponent. Oh, good shot from Katie Taylor. Gentili hurt there, leaning forward. Some crisp, accurate shots. Beautiful shot there with the left hand. It was the combination at the end. And Gentili goes down, and this is one very tough lady from Italy. Been 10 rounds a couple of times. Can't cope with Katie Taylor, who oozes class once again.
Lely Luz Flores versus Chris Namus. On August 8, 2009, Chris Namus lost to Lely Luz Flores by knockout in the first round. Namus heroically attempted to rise, but it was evident that the fight was over for her.
No hay cuenta de protección, les recuerdo en las reglas del match. No está bien Namus.
Atención, Guajardo.
No está bien Namus. Viene la cuenta para Namus, se cayó. Guajardo va a detener el match. Va a detener el match. Está mal, se acabó, la paró Campo. Fue todo. Lely Luz Flores. Lely Luz Flores.